Have you ever reached the end of a long day or a long week, feeling utterly exhausted, your schedule packed to the brim, yet you lie in bed with a hollow feeling in your chest, a sense that you were busy, incredibly busy, but not productive in a way that truly matters? If your life feels full, but profoundly empty at the same time, then this simple story, this powerful metaphor, is for you. It's a lesson that has the potential to fundamentally shift your perspective, to bring clarity to the chaos, and to help you rebuild your life around what truly gives it meaning. What if I told you that the feeling of being overwhelmed isn't because you have too much to do, but because you're doing things in the wrong order? Stay with me, because this will change everything. Let's imagine this jar is your life, your time, your energy, your capacity for one day. Most of us, without even thinking about it, start by filling our days with the sand. The sand represents the small, seemingly insignificant stuff. It's the endless stream of emails demanding an immediate reply. It's the mindless scrolling through social media feeds, comparing our lives to the curated highlight reels of others. It's the constant pings and notifications from our devices, each one a tiny interruption that hijacks our focus and pulls us away from the present moment. These are the random tasks, the little errands, the gossip, the worrying about things far beyond our control. On their own, each grain of sand seems harmless, but watch how quickly they accumulate, creating a dense, heavy layer at the bottom of our lives. We do this because it's easy. Clearing an inbox gives us a false sense of accomplishment. Responding to a message instantly makes us feel needed. The sand provides instant gratification, a quick hit of dopamine that makes us feel busy, but it's a deceptive kind of busy. It's the illusion of progress. Next, we add the pebbles. The pebbles are the more significant tasks, the things that feel urgent but are not necessarily important to our deepest goals. These are the non-essential meetings that could have been an email, the obligations we say yes to out of guilt, the favors we do for others that derail our own plans. They are the pressures from work or society that we feel we be doing. They make noise. They have deadlines. They create a sense of urgency that we often mistake for importance. So we pour them into our jar on top of the sand. But look what happens. The jar is getting visibly full now. There's less and less space. We start to feel the pressure, the stress. Our schedule is packed, our mind is cluttered. We're running from one pebble to the next, putting out fires, meeting other people's expectations. We're reacting to our day, not commanding it. And all the while, the most important things in our life are still sitting on the table, waiting. And then, finally, at the end of a long day, we turn to the golf balls. The golf balls are your non-negotiables. They are the core of a happy, fulfilling life. They represent your health, getting enough sleep, moving your body, nourishing it with good food. They represent your most important relationships, quality, undivided time with your partner, your children, your family, and your dearest friends. They represent your passion, your purpose, your personal growth, that business you want to start, the skill you want to learn, your spiritual practice, your creative pursuits. These are the things that, if everything else were stripped away, would still make your life meaningful. And when it's time for what truly matters, we find there's no room left. We try to squeeze in a workout, but we're too tired. We want to have a deep conversation with our partner, but our minds are still buzzing with the pebbles and sand of the day. We promise ourselves we'll work on that dream project tomorrow or this weekend. But tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next year. This is the heart of the problem. This is the source of that full but empty feeling. We have filled our lives, but we have left no space for life itself. But what if we tried a different approach? Let's empty the jar. This isn't about regret or self-blame. It's about a new strategy. This empty jar represents a conscious choice. It's a new day, a new week, a new beginning. It's the decision to build our life with intention. This time, we're going to start with what's most important. We start with the golf balls. Before you check your email, before you say yes to that meeting, before you pick up your phone to scroll, you secure your foundations. This means scheduling your priorities. You put your workout in the calendar as an unbreakable appointment. You dedicate the first hour of your day to your most important project. You decide that from 6 to 8 p.m. is sacred family time, with all devices put away. You prioritize your health, your family, your dreams. These are the big rocks, the pillars that hold up everything else. When you place them in the jar first, you are sending a powerful message to yourself. This is what matters. My well-being matters. My relationships matter. My purpose matters. You are no longer fitting your life into the cracks of your schedule. You are building your schedule around your life. Now look what happens when we add the pebbles. The meetings, the obligations, the necessary chores. They don't disappear, but they no longer dominate. They flow around your priorities. They find the open spaces. Because your big rocks are already in place, you have a clearer filter for what you say yes to. You become more efficient with these tasks because you know they are not the main event. You are no longer a victim of urgency. You are the architect of your time. The pebbles settle in without displacing what is most important. Everything else will find its place. And finally, the sand. The emails, the notifications, the little distractions. There's still room for them. They fill the tiniest gaps that are left. You can check your messages in the 5 minutes before a meeting starts. You can scroll your feed while waiting in line for your coffee. The difference is monumental. The sand is no longer the foundation of your day. It's the filler. It's contained. It serves its purpose without hijacking your life. The jar is now full to the brim, but this time, it's full with intention. It's a life that is both productive and peaceful, both busy and balanced. Even the small stuff fits, without taking over. But the lesson doesn't end there. A wise person, after seeing this demonstration, once asked, "What about coffee?" The jar appears to be completely full, and yet, there's always room for a coffee with a friend. This is to remind us that no matter how full and scheduled your life is, there must always be space for connection, for kindness, for joy. The coffee represents the moments of spontaneous connection, the small acts of love, the time taken to simply be present with another human being. It's a warning against becoming so rigid in our pursuit of productivity that we forget our humanity. Life isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. It's about building a life that not only looks good on the outside, but feels good on the inside. It's about honoring your golf balls, managing your pebbles, containing your sand, and always, always leaving room for coffee. So I invite you to pause for a moment. Look at your own life, your own jar. What are you putting in first? Take out a piece of paper right now. What are your golf balls? What are the 3 to 5 things that are absolutely essential for your well-being and happiness? Be specific. Write them down. Next, identify your pebbles. What are the obligations that drain your energy? And the sand? Where are you losing precious minutes and hours to digital distractions? This awareness is the first step. The power to change your life is not in finding more time, but in protecting the time you have for what truly matters. Your jar is waiting. The choice of what goes in first is yours and yours alone. Choose wisely. Choose deliberately. Choose, and start today.